What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another NFL Weeks predictions. This is week 6 of the 2025 season. So, we're going to start off with maps, announcers. You got it. And then we'll go on with the predictions. So, Thursday night, you already know who's calling that. The Sunday morning game, Denver and the Jets, will be Rich Eisen, Kurt Warner. Sunday Night Football, you already know that. And then the Monday Night Football, Chris Fowler would get the Bills Falcons, and the Bears Commanders will go to Joe Buck, Troy Aikman. Here's your CBS morning window for those that are watching. There's some changes to this one, but you can take a look. As of this is official on as of Thursday, October 9th of 2025, and then the Fox window's having some issues at the moment. I'm going to refresh that. Oh, okay. That's not good. Hold on, I apologize. Okay, we're having some difficulties with this. I gotta get going. But most of you is expected to get the Dallas Carolina game. Last week, I messed up on this. Okay, here we go. All right, last week I won a total of 8-6. 8-6. It was a rough week. Like, we had a lot of upsets. I mean, the Giants Saints was a toss up that I lost. The injured 49ers won by the power of friendship. All the morning games were pretty right. Oh yeah, the Broncos upset the Eagles. I got that one right. That was hilarious. Panthers won, but it was a roller coaster game. The Texans flat out decimated the Ravens. The Titans got their first win and upset the Cardinals. Just flat out embarrassing. Tampa beat Seattle in a thriller. Lions basically decimated Cincinnati, but Cincinnati scored garbage time touchdowns. And then the Commanders upset the Chargers. The Patriots came on the road and won against the Bills, and the Jaguars won against the Chiefs again, so that's hilarious. But anyways, we got a lot of games this week. Only 2 teams on bye, more games than last week, so let's get started right away with Thursday Night Football between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Look, the Giants, they are not healthy on the offensive side of the ball. It's not looking good for them. For the Giants, as they're getting basically the defending Super Bowl champions on prime time. If we go to the wide receiver room, Darius Slayton's out. So they're just dealing with Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt, Box Collins, Gunnar Oslowski. So yeah, a lot of receiver. They're banged up on wide receiver. So I'm expecting a Cam Scatterboo game and probably the Wan'Dale Robinson show. But it's not really going to matter because I have the Giants getting killed out there. The defense is completely fine. Don't get me wrong, but their offense is just... Losing Malik Neighbors sucks. So, yeah. And then the Eagles are just fine. They're off to a rocky start, but they're going to get things together, I would think. But who knows what happens later down the line. There's no really true Super Bowl contender right now. We don't know who's going to go, to be honest, because this year so far been pretty crazy. And maybe like the Super Bowl 52. And this may be like Super Bowl 52 where there was a lot of underdogs. Like the Carson Wentzless Eagles made it to the Super Bowl and the Patriots won. And then like Eagles upsetted the Patriots while we having the Jaguars in there and the Vikings with Case Keenum. Yeah, that aged well. All right, Eagles, Giants. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I think the Eagles get it done pretty easily. They win by the final score of 31-14 and handle business on the road. And then we get the Denver Broncos and Jets. Do I think the Jets are going to win? No, they look absolutely miserable out there. I know this is another short one. Give me the Broncos 33-20. The Jets are gonna score garbage time points, I would think. But I think Garrett Wilson's gonna have a rough game because he's probably gonna go up against Pat Surtain. He's probably one of the best defensive backs in football right now. Maybe the best one in football. Because A.J. Brown was really limited. I know Devontae Smith had 114 receiving yards, but basically Surtain's matchup was A.J. Brown, and he was only allowed 43 receiving yards. So Pat Surtain had him on lockup. He locked up Jamar Chase. Look, I know they didn't have Joe Burrow as well. That didn't help. And then I don't know who the Chargers won. Who he went up against. But yeah, Pat Surtain is really off to a great start. I think he's gonna lock up Garrett Wilson. So it's gonna be rough for Justin Fields, and I think the Broncos defense is gonna have a field day against the Jets. But I could be wrong. Crazy stuff's happening, so who knows? But yeah, and then that gives us to the Cardinals and the Colts, our first Sunday afternoon window of the day. This one I think is pretty easy. The Cardinals suck. They look really bleak and mediocre, while the Colts are still rolling. They've been really, really good. Their only tough loss was against the Rams. I have them winning at home easily by 2 scores. Give me the Colts 31, the Cardinals 17. Colts get it done, and then I think the Colts. I mean, honestly, for the Colts, they've been looking really promising. I think they're gonna make the playoffs. They're fighting for playoffs now. It's game on because then you get the Chargers. That's gonna be a rough one. Titans will be easy. Steelers on the road. That's gonna be kind of hard. I'd say the Steelers on the road is pretty rough. Falcons is easy, I would think. And then you get your bye, and then your schedule doesn't get any easier. You got Chiefs on the road. That's going to be tough. Chiefs are just going to be fine. I know their record's 2-3, but they're going to be just fine. I think the Texans, they may be turning back the clock. But we'll see. I know their 0-3 start wasn't promising and ideal, but the Texans can change their season now. So we'll see down the line how the Texans are. But the Texans could be a tough one. Jags are going to be tough based off what we're seeing. The Seahawks are going to be probably rough. So yeah, the Colts schedule does not get any easier. So they need to win these games, and they are. But we'll see how certain teams are in certain stretches. But yeah, Colts win at home, get the job done, 31-17. This next matchup we have is the Chargers and the Dolphins. This one's, oh man, this is more rough because the Dolphins have been, I guess, somewhat better. But then the Chargers, they've been really rough these last 2 weeks. Look, I know they're going to probably turn it around, but they got too fast because they can't be screwing around and messing these games up. Like the Giants, they should have won that one. Commanders was low-key a toss-up, but they got killed out there. So yeah, the Chargers need to get something together really soon. I think they're going to be fine. I think this is an opportunity to go beat the dysfunctional Dolphins pretty easily. This is your chance to handle business on the road. I think that's what's going to be. I think it is going to be more close, though. But the Dolphins fall short. I think it's going to be 27-20 Chargers in this one. And the Chargers win, and they have some home games that are going to be tough coming up. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But Chargers win and continue their season pretty good at 4-2, and Dolphins 1-5. Then that gives us to the Patriots Saints. I'm not gonna talk much about this game either. I think it will be close as well, but the Patriots' schedule's looking really more easy than it should have been before. But now, as the weeks progress, it's looking really, 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 really easy, just like the 49ers. But I do have this being a close game as well. I think the Patriots are going to keep them close, or the Saints will keep them close, but it won't be enough. I think the Patriots win and get to 4-2, and they're a game behind of the division title, so this could be really interesting for New England with their extremely easy schedule, as they will win 23-16. And speaking of their schedule, after the Saints game, it just gets easier right now. They have the Titans next week on the road. That's really easy. And then they get the Browns, and then they get the Falcons at home. Then they have to go on the road to Tampa, which I think that's their toughest game, or second toughest. Then they get the Jets, Bengals, Joe Burless Bengals. Then the Giants. These are all terrible teams except Tampa Bay. And then they're on the bye, and then they get the Bills, the injured Ravens right now. The Ravens, I think if they do turn it around, that could be a really tough one. And then the Jets, Dolphins. So the Patriots really, really can make an absolute, like, they can sneak their way to, like, 12 wins, for crying out loud, because they have such an easy schedule. But I think the Patriots do handle business on the road, but it's just super insane. I knew the Patriots were going to be good, but now by the week, their schedule's looking very, very easy, and they need to make every game count, it feels like. But yeah. And now we get to the Browns and Steelers. This game's probably going to be the boringest game of the week, in my opinion. I'm going to take the Steelers to win 17-10 in a sloppy game. And Pittsburgh gets another win and goes to 4-1. And that's about it. And then you get the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. Now, I want to talk my team for a second. What a win that was against the Dolphins. Look, I know it was a crazy football game. I'll tell you that. My emotions were all over the place. But the past history with Dallas, we've been terrible against them. We do have a chance to win. I think this is probably our best shot to beat these guys. But I don't want to get my hopes up, because last year we were favored against Cooper Rush and we got destroyed. And Dallas has Dak Prescott back. And our history with Dallas sucks, unfortunately, as of 2021, the last... did we play these guys in 20? No. So as of 2021, we lost to them 36-28. That's when we had Sam Darnold. We didn't play these guys in 22. 2023, when we had them in Week 11, we lost 33-10. We got blown out. 2024, we played these guys in Week 15. We got blown out 30-14. And in 2025, we played them in Week 6. So I'm not sure what to expect in this one. I think this is going to be unfortunately, I don't think this is going to age well either. Look, I'm going to be happy if we beat these guys, but this is going to be a tough one. Dallas's offense has got firepower. The defense, though, is really bad, so we could have another field day from Rico Dowdle, but we'll have to play it by ear and see what happens. I think Javante's going to be stuffed today. I think this is like the first true game or second true game that Javante, I think, will have a rough day, and the Dallas running attack will have a rough day, because they're going against a Panthers run D that's been pretty good as of late, and they've dominated basically everyone except for Travis Etienne somehow and Bijan Robinson. I mean, Bijan was kind of held up, you can say, in Week 3, but he averaged like 5.5 yards per carry. We held up the Patriots rushing pretty good. We held up James Conner pretty good. And then we held up Devon Achane extremely well. So I'm expecting the Panthers' rushing defense to stop the running game. But the thing is, with the Cowboys, they can throw the ball and they'll shoot missiles. They'll shoot missiles to Pickens. They can score. That's the problem. And I think our secondary is pretty weak. It's good at stopping the run, but the Cowboys are expected to throw the ball a lot in this game, and that's why I think the Dallas defense the Dallas offense has the advantage. If we do win this game, it's probably could be because they have a poor game plan. If their game plan is just to throw the ball really like 75 or 70, I'd say like 60% of plays, they're gonna win this game. Dallas is going to probably throw the ball a lot. and CeeDee Lamb could be coming back in this game. But I don't know. We're going to have to take it day by day, see what happens. But I do have us losing this one 27-17. And yeah, let's just hope for the best for these guys. Then you get the Seahawks and Jaguars, which is looking like a pretty solid game now. But the thing is with this, I know Jacksonville's sitting at 4-1 right now. But I'm gonna go with Seattle on the road to win 27, or no, not 27. Excuse me. I'm gonna go Seattle on the road by the final score of 30-23 in this one. I like Seattle a lot on the road. They've been really, really consistent on the road as of these last 2 seasons. They've been really good on the road. Their only loss on the road was against Detroit, and that was it. They've won all their other road games. They beat New England, they beat Atlanta on the road, they beat San Francisco, they beat the Jets, Cardinals, Bears, and the Rams on the road. They look really promising on the road. I know that sounds like an easy road slate. I know Detroit was tough, but they look really promising on the road, and I think that's going to continue. I truly think they're going to beat the Jaguars on the road. I think this one's really more of a toss-up. I don't think this is going to be an upset for whoever wins. I think if this one's a toss-up, I think Seattle will get the job done, though, to win by the final score of 30-23. But Sam Darnold can have a rough game. We saw it last year when they played the Jaguars. Darnold threw 3 picks, and that was probably his worst game of the season. Well, at least of the regular season. He threw no touchdowns and 3 interceptions against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're playing them again, and this time Jacksonville leads the league in interceptions. So this could be really bad for Sam Darnold. They lead the league in interceptions. Devin Lloyd has 4, Jordan Lewis 2, Antonio Johnson 1, Andrew Wingard 1. So they have 10 interceptions. They lead the league in interceptions, and they have 4 fumble recoveries from the defense. So they have a total of 14 turnovers. So I'm gonna double check if they actually lead. But yeah, I have the Seahawks winning on the road. I like how they've been really playing on the road as of late, and I think that's gonna continue for Jackson, or for the for the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks will get it done. Also, the Seahawks have been pretty good in turnovers as of late. They have like 3 guys in the top 12 as well. So that could be really something to watch. But yeah, this could be a really defensive game. But I think Seahawks win on the road, 30-23. This is going to be a real interesting game. And then Rams Ravens. Rams get it done easily. I think they win 38-17. I'm not going to talk much about this game because the Ravens are injured. They're probably not going to have Lamar again. And then the Ravens are hurt right now. We see it on paper. They are not a good football team. Their defense is completely screwed right now. And that's all I'm going to say. I think the Rams may have a field day on this one. After the game they missed against San Fran, I think the Rams are going to have a field day. Lamar's still questionable. Zay Flowers questionable. And then Kyle Hamilton back. Roquan's questionable, but he's expected not to play. Probably same with Marlon Humphrey, and then Chidobe Awuzie. He's likely not going to play. And then Lamar's expected to miss probably another game as well, I think. But yeah, and then I think the Ravens could be healthy by when they come back from their bye. So yeah, we're gonna have to take it day by day and see what happens. But as of right now, I have the Rams destroying the Ravens 38-17 in this one. And then that gives you the late window Titans and the Raiders. Yeah, well, we're not going to talk much about these. This could be a Tank Bowl preview, for crying out loud. The Raiders have been severe disappointments, and then the Titans, probably the worst team in football. This is going to be 20-12, but yeah, they did get their first win. So the Jets are now the worst team in the league, but I still think the Titans are like worse than the Jets. Respectfully, look, I know. Honestly, the Titans have the worst offense. The Jets have the worst defense right now. I think the Titans have the worst offense in the league. I think the Jets have the worst defense in the league. I think that's about it. But yeah, the Raiders get it done in a really, really boring football game. I think it'll be 20-12 in this one. Moving on. Then you get the Bengals and the Packers. This game was supposed to be good with Burrow, but he's not playing. But this could be really interesting because now the Bengals have Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco was the only player this year to defeat the Packers. And he has the chance to do the funniest thing ever. He has a chance to do something real funny here this week. But I don't see it happening because the Bengals defense absolutely is cheeks. I'm expecting a field day from Green Bay. This could be way more closer than it should be now. Honestly, I'm going to change the score. I think it will be close. I had it being 31-10. I think it's going to be closer now that I think of it. I think it's still going to be a 2-score loss, but I think the Bengals will keep it close. But then the Packers will pull away with it in the fourth. I think it's going to be 31 Packers, Bengals 20 in this one. And then you get to one of the games of the week, 49ers and the Buccaneers. This one's going to be really, really, really good. But I do have San Francisco winning on the road. They've been really hot, and I know Tampa's been really hot. This is a toss-up game, and honestly, I like where San Francisco is right now. They could win. They can really win this game. Quarterback, I don't know who is starting this week. It's probably likely Mac Jones again, but he is questionable this week. I don't know who is going to play. Mac Jones is dealing with a knee and oblique injury. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy is questionable as well this week. So this is not good for San Francisco. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy. This is very slow. I don't know what's going on. But this could be real interesting. Purdy's not practicing, but was seen doing conditioning. I've been yapping a lot. But I don't know who's starting. It's likely Mac Jones, but the 49ers are banged up. But this team is still very good, and I have them winning this week again. 30-27. Upset number 1 probably of the week. And then Sunday Night Football. I'm gonna do this real. I gotta end the video. But Lions Chiefs. This is gonna be a really good game. Back and forth between these two teams. Lions though are gonna get it done. 27-24. And then your Monday Night Football games. I'm gonna do them both at the same time. Bills and the Falcons. This one's also gonna be a good game. Bills win 31-25, and the Bears and the Commanders. Bears win on the road and upset the Commanders. They win by a final score of 27-21. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my Week 6 NFL predictions. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider leaving a like and subscribe down below. Happy Week 6, everyone, and enjoy the football games. Goodbye, y'all.